Guys, there's some stagnancy going on in the relationship. Your underlying energy is the Hangman. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, there was progress in the past, right? That's what it's telling me. It was progress. It was at least looking very closely at the details. Not sure if you wanted to commit 100%, but you were not saying no. There was a lot of just trying to be gradual. Take your time, working through it. Now it has stopped a little bit. It's about stopping and taking a look and seeing things from a different perspective. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on. See what's happening. See what we can see. We're gonna get this. We're gonna understand it together. Okay. Now, the heart of the reading or the current state of being is the Four of Pentacles. So, yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation, holding back. Things are not necessarily moving because there has been some stagnant movement. When the Four of Pentacles comes up, things have stopped moving. If there's, because if this person really wanted to go outside and get something they wanted, they'd have to leave that nest. They'd have to leave all that hard work behind. They'd have to try and, start over, right? Build something bigger and better. But I feel like with this how this person is in this card, right? When it comes to Four of Pentacles and everything like that, this person has been, has been through so much. That's why this person's holding on so tight. Like, no, it took me too long to build this. I'm not about to let this go. But they dream, right? They still dream of something bigger. They dream of something better. He knows he can never get anything more out of the situation. Excuse me. So I do get this feeling that there's a lot of hesitation. There's a lot of hesitation with this individual. What he wants, though, I feel like with what you guys may be wanting, what the goal is for you guys' love life right now is temperance. So temperance is showing up to being, very at peace, harmony, things moving. Actually, it may be a bit of, there's no stagnancy. There is waiting involved, but there is movement. There's movement. It just requires moderation on things, things being taken care of on your own part, things like that. But the thing that's keeping you from being able to get to the temperance energy where, divine timing will just have to, do their part. You just have to handle yourself, handle your business, keep harmony in your relationships, in your situation. Well, the reason being is because there isn't a decision that's being made and there's no action being taken to do those, there's no action taken after the decision has been made. Whatever decision that you make, there has to be action. There hasn't been any action. There's a lot of no movement. The reason why things are not moved is because perhaps there hasn't been any movement. Period. Because, you don't want to leave the comfort zone. There's a comfort zone here that's restricting things from growing. You here, there's nothing that's going to grow. So the Two of Wands coming up, there's nothing really going to happen until there's a decision that's made and some action put forth. There's going to be some evidence needed. And I feel like the reason why the Two of Wands is coming up for this Divas and Kings here, okay, is because of the Ten of Wands. This was a situation that ended. It was a burden in a way, a great burden. All right, you guys have been through a lot, right? I feel like you guys finally just put down the burden for some of you guys, but it's a burden to pick something. There's a burden or something in regards to maybe the relationship that you're in. The relationship is very burdenous. For some of you guys, okay. But yeah, there is a burden, and that is what's keeping you guys from being able to make a decision about what you guys want to do or what you guys don't want to do, right? With regards to what path you're going to be taking, where you're going to be leading to. So yeah, it can make sense. There will be a need to put down this burden, though, in order for you to, which could potentially be this Four of Pentacles, right? What's holding you back, what you're holding on to, what you're not willing to let go of. Those things that are coming up, that may be what needs to change in order for you to start, being able to be in a place where it's more harmonious, where divine timing can really come into play. You can really manifest what it is that you're looking for. Now, the advice is saying to go for it. Now, the Five of Swords is talking about, it talks about ruthless energy, doing anything and everything that you can to get it. And I don't think you should be like ruthless with this, because usually this card will come up with a warning or the caution, be like, hey, be careful with this energy. I know you may want something, but be really think hard before you do X, Y, and Z to be sure that you understand what you may have to give up in the process. Because the Five of Swords You always lose something with this card. It's very sacrificial, really. There's a lot of something. There's something you always sacrifice with this card, whether it is compromising to be, to be fair, or just sticking to what your truths and beliefs are and being firm on your beliefs and doing what you feel like you need to do. Feeling what you know, do what you have to. So this is talking about very ruthless energy, but it's talking about just getting it done, doing what you need to do, or doing what you feel you are led to do, being selfish. And honestly, Leos, it is time for you guys to be selfish, okay? Time to be selfish. What do you want? Go after it. Make it happen, Because the King of Wands is selfish. King of Wands does this. If he wasn't a Wands, I'd say he owns this card. Because he don't stop at nothing to get what he wants, right? This is talking about being certain what it is that you want, make it happen. Go ahead and get it. If whatever it is yours, is yours. Go for it. Get it. Yep. If that's the King of Wands beliefs, right? If I believe it is mine, if this is what I want, it is mine. Then it is yours, right? But you also want to be sure that whatever you're about to take, it is worth the effort. It is the trouble. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, there may be a little bit. It's hard to figure out whether or not it is worth it or not because of your comfort level right now. This is the comfort zone. Okay, there's nothing that can come out of this, but only if you decide to take a risk. There's a risk here that needs to come out, and this person's not willing to take this risk. So I feel like this person may have to take a risk if they. This is 5 of Swords. This is a very risky energy, right? When you do something, there may be losses, there may be casualties, but the ultimate game is what you've been trying to execute. Right, that's the thing. Sometimes things have casualties to them. But the thing here is, if they weren't aligned with you anyway, then the loss is something that can truly be looked at in a very beneficial way. But we'll get the whole situation is, yes, think very hard on it is what you want. Be sure that the actions that you're willing to take to get what you want are aligned with you and what you want in your future. Okay. Because you develop your future, you design, you control yourself, you control your future. The reading only gives you an idea of what you want. It gives you options on how to handle it, what you can do, things like that. It gives you clarity, but it's never meant to dictate what you're meant to do in your life, how you're supposed to live your life. You're just supposed to live your life the way you want to, right, Leo? You're the rules of that. You guys are good at living by living with your heart, doing what you feel is right, doing what you feel is good. You don't do anything that you feel like you have to do. Alright? This may be one of those energies, the 10 of Wands, where you feel like you had to carry these wands. But I feel like you just have to drop the burden and keep moving. I mean, I feel like you know that too, but it's hard right now, considering that you've been through so much. And you've built up these, this comfort zone of which is comfortable, right? It's safe. It's there. It's always constant. It's consistency that bugs you, I feel like. You haven't gotten a lot of consistent feedback back, right? Good feedback anyway. At least feedback that you were, that you're happy with. And I feel like that's the thing. You have to make it. You have to make every part of the situation work for you. Because the 5 of Swords, yeah, like I said, you may lose something. You always lose something with the 5 of Swords. It's always a sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice that you're willing to take, or you're willing to, a sacrifice you're willing to make to get what you want. It may feel empty, but it is a victory. All right. So, in feelings, yeah, you've gone through something, you've lost something, or there's something that's missing. Most important, this is something that's lost, and it hurts you. It hurts you a lot because it makes you. I don't know if it makes you anything, but it's this loss is something precious to you. All right, it's something that was very precious to you, but you have the 2 of Cups here, right? It still indicates that you still have something left. I feel like right now the focus is still on that 10 of Wands, right? I hope I didn't say 10 of Pentacles. This 10 of Wands. Okay? You have 10 of Wands here. And that's the burden that's still here. The thing that you're looking at, the 3 of Cups, perhaps is that burden. Okay? And there's a lot of work needing to switch your focus. Absolutely. But that's the thing. That's the kicker, right? That's the part where it makes you dangerous. You can survive anything, right? You've survived this, you can survive anything. But now it's the shifting the focus part. Focusing on what it is that you still have. Focusing on the work that you can do with the cups that you've got, right? That's why the change of perspective is coming up here, right? Because yeah, there's a lot of work in the past, a lot of diligent effort, and now it's time to really change your focus, because where your focus is potentially on the one thing that you don't have anymore. Okay, and it's time to just shift your focus to what you do have. Shift your focus so that way you can gain more, and that's hard to do, right? Considering that you have been in a situation where you've lost so much and you just want some consistency. You want some consistency. You want something stable. You want something solid. But then you want more. You want something that's amazing. You want something that can gain you more. At least make you feel like there's some progress that's being made. There's none being made right now. And it's all up to you. It's all up to you. All up to your actions, right? It's all about what you decide to do. You hopes and fears, you want to be the King of Wands again. Okay, this is your card, straight up. Leo, right here. Could be Aries or Sagittarius if this is someone that you're hoping for, someone that you want back in your life, or someone that's in your life, someone you see as your better half, but this is typically you. This man is fearless, King of Wands. Alright? And this is you. This is you already. That's what I'm saying. This is you. You want to be fearless? You want to be, you don't want to, take no crap. You want to get what you want and go for it. You don't care about the risks. You are like this. This is why this card. Well, this is why this card has even the privilege to be associated with you, Leo. It's because you have all this ready. So what you looking for? Bravery, you have it. This is you. It's always been there, and that's the thing with the Five of Cups. Yeah, you may have lost something. If you're looking for bravery, it's always been there. It's always been there. It's always been there. That's why I'm saying the Hangman's coming up. Yes, right. It's major arcana. Usually those things are kind of like a little bit more out of our control than it is with minor arcanas. But the thing here, guys, right? That the thing that's saying that's keeping you back is you. And it's not a bad thing, right? I'm not blaming you, none of that, okay? I want you to, because I said the same thing with Cancer, okay? This is not about blame. This is not about any of that. This is about showing you how powerful you actually are. Because if you can just change your destiny and snap your fingers like the King of Wands can, like, because you are the King of Wands, you guys can have whatever it is that you want. You just gotta go for it. You gotta believe in yourself. Know that you can survive the sacrifices, survive the losses. Because the Five of Swords, even though you've always got to pass this energy. It doesn't stay here. It's a 5. It's about changes. So you may have lost some things, right? You may have some things that's lost, but know that you have survived that. You have survived this, this situation. You have survived the 10 of Wands. You survived a lot. Alright? And I feel like it's all about recognizing that you survived it. Because the Five of Cups, rather, is looking at what's lost. He hasn't realized how much he's got left. What's survived. But he does eventually. Just like the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups eventually shifts his focus. Looks at the Two of Cups, remembers the past, remember how happy he can be, and he goes off and makes a decision forward on what it is that he wants. He may find out he don't want those things. But he knows what he doesn't want to go after what he may want later. So, the cup story. But the whole focus here is this person this person in his card, he's looking at what's lost. He's got something still here. Now, in your outcome, you have the Nine of Wands. So this is talking about being close to completion of a cycle, feeling very beat down, very exhausted, and really just kind of throwing the towel, but not really. You're not really ready. You're not going to give up. This person's still here. He's been beaten down. He's really defensive. But it's defensive because he knows that he's been putting in a lot of work to something that's worth it. If it's that's difficult, he's going to be like, yeah, this thing is definitely worth it. And it's a beautiful card because it talks about diligence. It talks about strength. Okay? But whatever your situation is, especially with your love life right now, guys, the action is in the ball's in your court. It's all about what you want to do is something you're willing to take the risk for, really, because Five of Swords is risky. It's risky business. If you know what if you know you can handle it, make it happen. This is definitely all you, right? All you guys. You can get out of the limbo situation. It can be scary, no doubt. Definitely can be scary, no doubt about it. But you are a survivor, and you are a thriver. You have to believe that. Let's look at your romance angels for this week. See what's going on. Ooh, heart-to-heart conversations, okay? Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Amazing. Alright, I like that. So, yeah, there's going to be some heart-to-heart conversations that may need to come up. Some conversations that need to be had. Especially in regards to some things that, that may be holding you back right now. Okay? Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at your wisdom of the oracle. Wow, round and round. So this is talking about a situation that goes round and round. Like it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So the cycle is this, y'all. The situation happens around and round and round. It goes over and over again. It's a repeated cycle. It doesn't have an end. And it's due to the pattern, right? The patterns that we take. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, Four of Pentacles. Why am I saying Eight of Pentacles? There's no 8 in here. But the Four of Pentacles is saying that the action is within us to break the chain, to break the cycle, to break that whole loop-de-loop. It is within us, right? It is within our power to break a certain cycle if we don't like it. If we don't like the circle that we're getting, we just make a new circle. And that's pretty much what this thing is saying. You can make the new circle. Shoot, it's your circle. It's your circle. If you want to make it something different, you can. It may be hard right now. Right? It may be hard to see that. Maybe even hard to believe that this is your circle that you're trying to, return, right? To get a better outcome of. But you can. And it's all about making that decision, making a decision on what it is that you want and going for it. Okay? Not easy, but you can do it. It's just going to require. It's going to give you of course, honor your emotions, but recognize that you still have 2 cups here. You still have something left. Still got fight in you, Leo. Nine of Wands. Still got a lot of fight.